Well, here we are in the driveway of my childhood home, and I know some of you that are new here are gonna be like, "Well, Shen, what the hell? Did you grow up in a pile of dirt or something?" Then, no. Although I can see why you would think that, but no. There used to be a house here. Actually, all along behind me, there used to be a bunch of houses here, and as you can see, there are no houses anymore. There's like the one building right down there, but that's not a house. That's actually a store that opened up after all the houses here were removed. This wooded area behind me here, like where the pine trees are, spent many months playing in those woods. A lot of memories back in there. So I'm going to see if I can fly my drone around here a little bit. I'm anticipating that it's probably not going to work because of the proximity of the runway. I don't know if I'm quite in the zone, but there is a zone along the runway which is like you need to file some kind of authorization request. But I'm gonna try. Let's see if we can fly our drone here.
Hi, I'm Shen. I'm a 40-something-year-old gamer that's rediscovering something that was lost to me many years ago. My passion for being outdoors. Join me in my outdoor adventures.
I just did this amazing flight where I took off from here. I zoomed out over the lake a little bit, zoomed down to the pump house, came up, flew over the water tower and around and back. This whole amazing flight after I changed the battery. And I forgot to push record. Oh! And I don't have enough battery power to do that flight again. Ah! Damn it! So we're back out here, different day, the next day, a little more windier, as I'm sure you can hear. Maybe I'll just tuck this inside here. Right, so that there's not as much wind noise. Back out at the lake, not as sunny as it was yesterday. There's still patches of, there's clouds moving in. We're gonna try doing this speed flight again. It is really windy though, so let's get it. Let's get to it and let's get it done. And we won't forget to hit record today. Today we'll hit record. Alright, so taking off from the driveway here. And yes, there is the beautiful Clearwater Lake with the ice melting. And it's kind of funny because the difference in the ice from just the day before, it was not as broken up as you see here along the shore. It was like this wide patch of open water was not there the day before. So it's just like within a day, the amount of ice that melted was crazy. There's a good look at the water. Yeah, it looks green, but it is clear. That's just because of how the sun was shining down on it. Zooming along to the right there, those are new places that are being built. I don't exactly agree with that, but that's because that's where I grew up and used to play and stuff like that. I'm happy for the people that are able to build their dream homes out there.
Again, more of the breakup. You can just see, like, along the shore there, how clear the water really is. Right? You can see the rocks and stuff. And I'm hoping later in the summer, on like a nice calm day, to be able to actually fly my drone over and really show the clearness of the lake. This is a pump house here. The pump house used to pump water up to the water tower that you can see way back there in the background. I am doing the same flight that I did the day before. The thing with this is, like, this day was a lot windier, and you'll see that later on. So we're coming up to the highway here, and oh, look at this truck right here. This truck looks familiar. Pretty sure that's Camper Shack driving by in that truck. Crossing over the highway, and here you can see a quad trail. Quad trail in the summer, Skidoo trail in the winter. And there's that water tower. Slowly getting closer. Over the top. Runway way back there. The gravel road you see there is the old dump road. And you can see here, this is where the wind starts playing into it a little bit. You can see I'm trying to go straight, but it's blowing off to the side. The drone also slows down here. It was around here where I started having signal issues. Just for a little bit. The drone slows down a little bit, but this is where, okay, I can see it lowering. This is where I've got control back. But I'm trying to go into that heavy wind right now, which also slows it down a lot. There's the hall there, up to the top right. A lot of these places you guys will recognize, of course, from my video a few months ago. The frozen old stomping grounds. There you see the hydrogen building, the weather office, the airport terminal is the darker building there. That little house there, that's where the water bomber pilots stay in the summertime when they're stationed here. The old maintenance garage. Zoom into the fields a little bit here. The fields where little Shen used to run and play. So now what I'm doing here is back in the woods here, which behind that tree that's there. I'm going to move aside a little bit. Probably I'll go in a little bit closer, but right back about center there in that shaded area, there is the Big Rock. The Big Rock was a big part of my childhood. Actually, for a few of us, a big part of our childhood. There was a time when that big rock in there was taller than Shen. And then these woods used to play all over here, building forts, running around and chasing each other, playing tag and stuff. And there's the driveway again, so we've pretty much gone in a circle. Now we're gonna increase in altitude. Not too high, because you can only go so high. This wound up being an authorized zone, but it was I was able to get authorization to fly in this zone right through the DJI app. And there's a nice shot of the lake. Which is gonna look so gorgeous once that ice is all off there. The new housing development over there, the highway, off it goes. There's the water tower, way small. The airport, runway. I'd like to come out and do this at nighttime so we can see the lights at night. Because you'd be able to see the town lights and everything. And then back onto the lake again. So again, slow movements because trying to fight that wind. Going in for another zoom over the water, which always makes me nervous. Because it's right about, well, a little further down from here. Once I get below this tree line there, where I start having signal issues. And when you're over water and having signal issues, it's a little nerve-wracking. Right there, that boom, that's where I lost signal. Okay, so I'm raising it up a little bit, trying to get it back up over the tree line. Look at how clear that water is. I flew over this way because there were no planes in the area. But I didn't want to go too far. I think here I lost signal again. Yeah, because I see it move up a little bit. So this is where I was like, okay, like, I'm a little nervous losing signal over water, so let's bring it off the water. Of course, I believe the way it is if it loses signal for too long, then it automatically returns home to where the flight originated. These woods below the drone here, these woods were off limits to us when we were kids. We weren't allowed to go play in these woods. And they always seemed like spooky woods because they're really dense bush, so it was like really dark when you would go up there. So it even seemed forbidding. You know, our parents would tell us not to play in there, and it even seemed like they were telling us not to play in there because there were like monsters and scary things in there because of how dark the woods were. The old pavement many miles of bike riding up and down this street. Of course, back then there was no grass growing in it or anything like that. Like, it was solid concrete. Another little flight over the parking lot of the store. These woods that are right in the center here used to have an amazing fort back in there, way back in the day. The woods just center there now to the left here. Those house what we call the 24 rocks, because there's 24 rocks in there. We used to call it the 4 rocks until one of us was able to count higher than 4. Then that's how it became the 24 rocks. Just to the right there. Yeah. Again, signal issues right here. And head back towards the big rock. And you'll be able to see what the wind does here right away. Trying to go straight here.
Free!
Oof. Wind blew us right into a tree. But luckily, I knew exactly where to go find it. Test the camera out. See the propeller start spinning. And we're good. You just see the wind whipping my shirt.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you guys for checking this out. Thank you guys for watching everything. I appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome. We'll see you guys in the next one.